What's up, guys? Jacob Ober here. Today we're going to be talking again about Manny Machado, only this time we're going to be talking about him not going to the Milwaukee Brewers, as it appears that that is the most likely result of the Manny Machado sweepstakes. Earlier reports are saying that he is going to be on his way to the Los Angeles Dodgers, as they are willing to give up their #1 prospect for him, and that a deal will be finalized by tomorrow. So a lot of Brewers fans are probably pretty disappointed that they're not going to get Manny Machado. And I can understand your disappointment. This Brewers team is in dire need of a boost, and some of the prospects that we might have had to give up to get him probably won't be making too much of a huge impact until next season, although there's still the possibility that Keston comes up this year and makes an impact, and of course Corbin Burnes is up this year and he has already been making an impact. But I don't disagree with the approach by Stearns. I think that David Stearns has an end goal in mind, and that end goal is to win the World Series, obviously. But I think that he thinks that the Brewers have a better chance of achieving that goal by holding on to their #1 prospects, to their top prospects, and playing this thing out. As it stands right now, I think the Brewers have around a 5-year window for the Brewers to win the World Series. They have Yelich under control through, I think, 2022, and Kane until 2023. They've got a pretty big window at this point. I think their core players are going to be staying for at least the next half-decade, maybe a little longer if they're lucky. But the end goal in mind is to win a World Series, and I think that by going all in the first year that you think you're legitimately a contender, which the Brewers I think are this year. I do think they're a legitimate contender, and they could very well win the World Series this year, especially if they go on a hot streak towards the end of the season. But I think that over time, in the bigger picture, the Brewers have a better chance of winning the World Series if they retain those prospects and see how they develop. The Brewers are, right now, I don't think that they're at the end place that they want to be. They're definitely contenders this year, but they're not at their very best. I think that within the next couple of years, they will eventually be at that point, and then you can start thinking about selling guys for like a rental-type player like Machado. I don't think this year was the right year to do that. I do think within the next couple of years it'll be the right thing to do, though. Right now, I think the Brewers should focus all of their attention on getting players that have control beyond just 1 year. A guy like Jacob deGrom, Noah Syndergaard, those guys have control beyond this 1 year. Now, it's looking increasingly unlikely that we get a player like that, but it's still something that is on the table, and it's more of the kind of player that you'd want to be looking at if you are the Brewers. A guy like Whit Merrifield, I think that he would be a good addition to the team. There's a lot of middle infielders out there with control that the Brewers can be looking at. There's a lot of options out there that aren't as flashy as the Machado deal, but could, in the same way, drastically improve this team. And that's what I think the Brewers are looking at right now. Obviously, they dipped their toe into the pool with Machado, and if it was for the right price, then absolutely I think they should have gone for it. But it wasn't for the right place. I think that they wanted either Keston or Burnes. I'm glad that they did not give up either of those prospects, because I think that both of them have incredible potential. I think a package that would have included like a guy like Luis Ortiz and Domingo Santana, Brett Phillips, would have been a better deal for the Brewers, but obviously the Orioles probably weren't up for that, so the Brewers fall out of the sweepstakes, and the Dodgers are going to end up getting him, and the Dodgers were willing to sell a significant portion of their farm to get him, so that's that for the Machado sweepstakes. Of course, it could all change. I mean, there's still a whole day left. It isn't finalized. We don't know what's going to happen. Maybe David Stearns comes sweeping in with some last-second move that actually works out for both teams pretty well. But we'll see what happens. I really think it's probably over for the Brewers with Machado. But there's still plenty of options out there that the Brewers should focus their majority of their attention on. And I think that's what they're going to do. So, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. That's all I have to say today. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.